Dragon Ball Project H 1000, guys, this will literally change Dragon Ball forever. And when I say forever, I'm dead serious. This is going to be a moment in history that many people will look back and they will see how crazy things have become. And let me just give you a very important number. 7. That's right, number 7. That is the number of years that this game has been in development. By next year, it's going to be in development for about 7 to 8 years, approximately, based on the information we have from online, from leaks and information from all the posts online and the websites and stuff like that. So this is really important stuff because 7 years is a crazy amount of time. Just to put things into perspective, right? This is crazy. This game started development sometime in maybe 2019, late 2019, who knows, maybe even early 2019, right? So this game has gone through a very long cycle. It was developed at the same time or even before then Dragon Ball Sparking Zero was developed, right? So we have these video games for Dragon Ball, which of course some of them are great, some of them are good. Most of them are, have a good time with people and stuff like that, and most of them are quite fun actually. But then you have this one, which is going to potentially change a lot of things. Now, we must have our expectations in place, of course, and we are speculating here, so things could change at any given moment. But it is pretty obvious that the creators of this game, and also Bandai Namco, they know that they want to deliver something that has never been done before. The game will have the biggest amount of options, and they said themselves, that the biggest amount of options in terms of characters, in terms of actions you can do with your characters, skills, all these things is going to be absolutely massive. That is crazy. Why is that crazy? Well, let me just tell you one very important thing. Technology these days is freaking awesome. Like right now with Unreal Engine and like some of these new technologies you have these days, and with AI, you can literally make something crazy. This game has been in development for a very long time, and they have most likely added stuff to it, improved to it, changed things, and they saw how the market reacts. If these people are smart, and hopefully they are smart enough, they would have seen the reception of games like Kakarot, they would have seen the reception of games like Sparking Zero, and then they would be like, okay, so how can we make adjustments to our new upcoming game so that people will absolutely love everything about our new game? And this is where the previous projects, Kakarot, Sparking Zero, for example, which are the most recent ones, of course, these recent projects could literally be the stepping stone to deliver Dragon Ball Project H 1000, because I honestly believe that this game is hiding a big secret. And that's not just the fact that you may be able to play online or it's going to have a big world. I think this game is going to have something unique that maybe we have never seen before. Just to put things into perspective, the way they're using the word 1000, it's really important, because this completely sets the expectation on something which is after the events of Dragon Ball. It's after the events of Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball GT. Basically is after, after Goku dies, or when Goku is super old, like stuff like that, right? That is basically quite far in the future. And Goku and Vegeta's and Gohan's descendants are most likely populating the Earth or living in a different world. So this is where things can get pretty intense, because at this point, and with the new character which was presented of course as well, right, we can have the evolution of some of the most explosive combat we have ever seen. Like just the gameplay we've seen, the CGI we just seen, where this main character is training in the training room and he's kind of summoning enemies and he's upgrading himself and stuff like that. This could just be a hint of how crazy the combat system could be. And I'm talking here, just imagine for a second you have the most bonkers combat system where you can string a number of combos as you wish, effectively, in real time, and in an open world environment, or in a world which has like missions and, you know, development, and you have to traverse the world to uncover secrets of techniques, to uncover, you know, stuff like that. So the more you play the game, the more elite you become in the game, and the more special it becomes for you. So effectively, if this game is going to have PvP, which I think is going to have PvP most likely at least, again, this is going to be a potential opportunity. Like, the more you play the game and the more you understand the game and discover stuff in the game, the more you will be more powerful against other players, because you uncovered and discovered and unlocked specific moves which work for your character and for your playstyle. Again, this, we've seen some of this before in previous games, of course, in Xenoverse as well, but we've never seen it in a way that it's so organic into a game that you feel like you're literally playing Dragon Ball as yourself. Kakarot got really close, honestly. They were really close with this particular thing, especially with the exploration stuff and the stories. Now, it had some problems, especially in terms of the combat. The combat was quite simplistic, honestly, and at times it just felt that you are just repeating the same strategy. With DLC, some of the DLC bosses got better, of course, and you had to do like dodging and stuff and timing, and yeah, you had to kind of learn some of the movesets of the enemy, which was great for the bosses, but that was pretty much it, right? In terms of the actual world itself, it got pretty boring pretty fast, especially as you would level up just a little, like everything would just be like B-rolling 100%. So this is where these developers, if they're smart enough, they can make the game be 100% crazy immersive. Now, just to give you one example here, recently I have been playing Nioh 3. Nioh 3 is a goddamn amazing game, like it's just so fun to play. And the reason why it's so freaking fun to play is because the actual world, which is almost like an open world, but it's more like an open area. There's like 4 different areas and stuff like that, right? Which are big, massive areas. So it's kind of like an open world, right? This particular open world makes it so fun to uncover new techniques, to uncover new secrets, to upgrade yourself, to like fight against new bosses, which have new mechanics. Like, all of these things are just so exciting and fun and addictive, you just cannot stop. Even if you die 20 times, you get up very quickly and you go back into the fray and you fight, right? Because it's the addiction. So in Dragon Ball, in this Dragon Ball game, Project H 1000, if they're going to make the game slightly more difficult on purpose and make it more complicated, I believe that it's only going to be a good thing for the gamers, because then the game is going to become so addictive, people cannot stop playing it. And that's why this game could change Dragon Ball forever. Just imagine, like, any Dragon Ball game you have played so far, it was fun, but it was never to a point that it was like addictive, like a Souls-like game, or addictive to a point where you could just not stop playing for like 4 or 5 hours at a time. Gacha games, such as Genshin Impact, do cause that effect. You just start playing it, and then it just becomes a mad rush to just increase your stats, grind, get better, do more stuff, and you just can never stop, right? So this game could potentially do that with some very interesting combinations of combat and, of course, exploration. So guys, that's it for this quite short video, just trying to, just uncover a bit more about the madness behind this particular project. I honestly believe that the extensive development of this game, they put in so much money. It just, honestly, I believe it just cannot be just a simple run-of-the-mill Xenoverse 3 game, which just has some small improvements. I don't see it. Now, I may be wrong, we'll see it in April when they do the Dragon Ball Battle Hour, and if in the Battle Hour we just see this is Xenoverse 3 with some small improvements, then yeah, it will be quite disappointing. That's why I said at this point we are speculating, but everything is pointing out towards something a little bit more special, something a little bit more unique for the gamer to enjoy. And yeah, I'm all here for it, guys. Bring it on, because this could be one of the craziest games ever to be made in the history of Dragon Ball, and also maybe in the history of anime games, because Dragon Ball as an anime game is still better than many others we've seen, which had lower budget, of course, and was much more simplified. this one and Naruto are on the top, I guess like top 2 positions effectively, with Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, which is really good by the way. But this one could potentially be setting a brand new standard for other anime games to follow for many years. So guys, that's it for today's video. As always, I shall see you later in the next one.